Facebook has decided to rebrand their corporate entity to Meta. Like as in metaverse.
You know what I noticed too? You mentioned that the people use Facebook to keep in contact with their elderly relatives, right?
Yes.
You notice how it's an infinity logo that's just kind of droopy?
Like a saggy infinity logo.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's oh man. What is there to really say about this?
In my opinion, it's how lame they focused on, like they tried to meme it. I don't know if you picked up on this, but they 100% tried to meme it. Their Twitter right now is horrible. If you go to twitter.com/meta, because it's not Facebook anymore. If you scroll down a little bit, they just like are tagging other random people. Wonder what ordering groceries in the metaverse will look like at HEB. Hey Balenciaga, what's the dress code in the metaverse? They're being like, please interact with us. We need more people to see this. Please. It's just horrible. It's so bad. They even not even retweeted. They made their own tweet about the fact that he had barbecue sauce on his shelf, which was like the most obvious planted BS ever. Like, it's just stupid. No, that wasn't accidentally left there. Get over it. Like, this is the worst meme generation ever. I actually cringed so hard at this stupid barbecue sauce thing because a few people tweeted out about it, being like, oh, I found it. There was barbecue sauce on the shelf. It's like, no, that was there on purpose, guys. It was horrible. It's terrible. Don't fall for it.
Okay.
Silence, brand.
Oh, damn it. I was going to do it. I was going to be like, no, I think I'm actually up on the Zoomer lingo for this.
Yeah, it's trash. I just, oh my goodness. This is terrible.
Zuckerberg,
really bad.
Okay, about the change, okay? So the new name reflects the company's push to build an avatar-filled virtual world known as the metaverse as it battles its deepening public relations crisis. Zuckerberg stated, together, we can finally put people at the center of our technology. Wait, what? Together, we can finally put people at the center of our technology. What the hell was Facebook ever before? It was social media platform.
Advertisements were at the center of that technology.
Okay, that's fair. That's 100% fair. Okay, and together we can unlock a massively bigger creator economy.
Yeah, because people first means that an embodied identity stays with you across apps so that ads can target you even better.
That's advertising first. That's still the same thing, Luke.
Darn it! We came full circle.
We were so close.
We did it again.
We did. Now we're going to have to rebrand. How about taco?
We're going to make food now. We're done with this.
Oh my God. Okay, so they also announced a new VR headset dubbed Project Cambria.
Which I find oddly similar to Cambridge Analytics. The second I read Cambria, I was like, woof. You could have thought of a name that was a little further away from one of your current controversies.
Yeah, I mean, that's not really a current controversy.
Isn't it still going on?
They've had so many hot, spicy, sexy new controversies that I think that one barely even registers anymore at this point.
Yeah, that's probably
That's the thing about the news cycle, right? Is it just... We're going, boys. We just... Okay, what's new? What's the worst thing that happened today?
Yeah.
Never mind yesterday.
Yeah.
So...
But yeah, new headset. By the way, Oculus is gone. Not a thing anymore. So while the new headset is dubbed Project Cambria, Oculus headsets are no longer called Oculus headsets. They're Meta.
No, this is brilliant. Because now people like you can never be like, Oculus has broken every promise they ever made after the Facebook acquisition. Because now that
Oculus
would be
doesn't
nonsense.
exist.
You'd be saying, this company, what are you talking about? What company? You broke every promise they made after the acquisition by this other company.
They've only existed for 3
What
days.
company are you even talking about?
Yeah.
That company is not a thing. And that company you're claiming acquired them is also not a thing. So
It's fair.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
It's all just Meta now. Okay, come on.
Oh, so now what we're going to have to say is that the company formerly known as Oculus broke every promise that was made after the acquisition by the company formerly known as Facebook.
Nice.
Oh,
Beautiful.
man. So, discussion question. Okay. This is from Colin, who put this topic in the doc for us. Thank you, Colin. The heat is turning up on the social media megacorp. Is more regulation an absolute fact at this point, or will the status quo remain?
There's a lot of money behind it. It's a huge amount of money behind it. And money can often dictate what happens. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. I think the status quo is going to kind of just keep marching on.
Francis Hoggins says breaking up Facebook isn't the answer. Fixing the algorithms is. But
Maybe
the
a little
problem,
column A, column B.
the problem is that algorithms are inherently sort of a trade secret for these companies. You know, as a creator on YouTube, which is owned by Alphabet. Haha, see if we're all gonna pretend that these companies are a different thing. Let's use all of their pretend names.
Yeah.
So we've got Meta and we've got Alphabet. Okay, so if we're gonna, as a creator on YouTube, I kind of see this from both sides. On the one hand, I understand that the opacity. Wow, that's a word I don't say out loud a lot. Whatever, the opaqueness. The lack of opacity, the opaqueness of these algorithms creates a lot of distrust among users, among government regulators, among competitors who are also beholden to these platforms. It creates this incredible power imbalance. Even partners like me who are kind of going, okay, well, I sure hope the algorithm treats me well today.
Yeah, kind of important.
And I can spend a lot of my time trying to understand it, and I can increase the odds of my business being successful by understanding it, how it works, how to make it work to my advantage. And that creates a lot of stress and a lot of uncertainty, though, because I can never absolutely know how it works, because, and this is sort of the other side of this coin, in order to build the most effective possible algorithm in the machine learning AI age, even the developers can't necessarily know exactly how it works. That is just the way that it is. The way that it works with machine learning is you basically say, okay, here's the desired outcome. Whether it's I want the highest possible watch time, or whether it's because I want the highest possible engagement.
And unless you put an importance on other things, it will cleave those things out of the way in order to get as much possible of the desired outcome.
Exactly. And sometimes that can end up breaking things. So the developers will go in and they'll tune it. They'll go, oh, okay, we swung a little bit far this way. Let's kind of tune it back this way. But the bottom line is that even the developers of these algorithms don't 100% know exactly how they work. That's just the nature of the beast. And if we forced them to open up their algorithms and how they work, we could create a situation where a significant investment has been made into this technology that is now effectively just put out there in the open. And I could see a lot of open source advocates, for example, being very in support of that. But the point I'm trying to make is that I see it both ways. These are non-trivial tools to develop. And as a company, I think you expect some kind of return on your investment, right?
Yeah.
So I don't have the solution. That's for certain.
Yeah.
It sure isn't changing your name. I don't think anyone's going to stop calling Facebook.
Yeah.
Maybe, analysts writing Seeking Alpha articles or whatever, where they're advising people of, a stock to invest in or whatever. They're going to want to make sure they use the correct legal name of the company or whatever. But I don't think that your mom or your grandma or whatever is going to stop calling the company that owns Facebook.
Speaking of which, we've mentioned a few times that the audience for Facebook is much older than the audience for a lot of other social media platforms. I wonder how they're going to react to the icon on their phone looking different and being called something else randomly.
I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to say they probably won't notice or care for the most part.
Because it's just gonna be notification based.
Yeah, I think it's just going to be like, I mean, maybe I'm underthinking this, but from my point of view, you have enough muscle memory for where an app is installed on your phone or whatever else. You just and it's not like they're not going to do a really gradual shift in the branding. Like they've changed their logo before. They changed the font of the F or whatever, and I'm pretty sure they've changed the logo design for things like Facebook Messenger in the past. So I don't foresee that being a problem.
Okay,
I think it's just going to be that people will kind of go, oh, for some reason Facebook, their logo's an M now.
Oh, apparently
so
someone in the chat is saying Facebook isn't getting renamed.
No,
Meta.
the app itself is still going to be Facebook.
Okay.
But what I'm expecting over time is that they might want to have some of the parent company branding in there, kind of like how when you open up WhatsApp, it's like WhatsApp by Facebook. So we're probably going to see WhatsApp by Meta. So at the very most, we might see some kind of logo or branding redesign, but it's not going to be anything that's going to make it difficult for people to find the app on their phone.
I find it interesting because Alphabet
yeah.
did this whole launch announcing their new company, their name and stuff.
Yep.
And then after that, it was kind of like, whatever. Like they didn't really push it on any of their other products or anything, right? It's just like, oh yeah, the parent company's Alphabet.
Yeah.
Sure, whatever. This one doesn't seem to really be that way. They're renaming Oculus headsets. They're pushing the brand name really hard.
So how much of this is like, can I just go tinfoil hat for a little bit here, Anya?
Yeah, let's go.
Can I go a little bit tinfoil
do
hat?
it.
Okay. So how much of this is this sort of mega rich individual that absolutely has sort of zero connection to how most people are living their lives, sort of deciding that what's probably best for us,
Let's put
since-
barbecue sauce on a shelf.
since we're never going to rise above the station that we're in our life anyway, that what we should probably aspire to is spending the vast majority of our time in sort of virtual reality, interacting with people virtually, because virtual tourism and virtual skydiving is all that's going to be left for us by the time this sort of mega ultra rich individual and his ilk have sort of hoovered up all of the wealth that exists in the world, and we better get used to it. And this is sort of this move to start getting us acclimated.
So these like weird,
like I'm this. Yeah. Does it not feel like super villainy?
these weird like awkward tweets of him asking like, "How are you going to order groceries in the metaverse?" They're like threats. They're not questions. You see what I'm saying?
Maybe I'll go to the grocery store.
You'll do what we tell you you're going to do.
I don't know. It
We
really
run the metaverse.
It really does. It really feels kind of super villainy to me.
I mean, he's a supervillain, so it makes sense.